Most definitely, we are on the way right there at the Emirates Stadium for this setting encounter, the quarterfinals of the EFL Carabao Cup involving the Arsenal vs Crystal Palace right there at the Emirates Stadium. 35 minutes, or rather 35 seconds, just to make that 1 minute of football being played right there at North London. The Arsenal donning their traditional home jersey, and of course, Crystal Palace also donning their traditional away jersey this season, 2025-26 season. Well, for Crystal Palace, they are playing from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the screen. It's an eagle gold yellow shirt, yellow socks, and of course, yellow shorts as well. And for the Arsenal, they are traditional red shirts, white shorts, and of course, red socks as well. The Arsenal playing from right to left, and of course, Crystal Palace are playing from left to right. A look at the Gladiators are doing battle right here. For the Arsenal, it's a 4-3-3 formation. MA26, Kepa Arrizabalaga, just number 13. And for the defenders, Juren Timber, just number 12. William Saliba, just number 2. Ricardo Calafiori, just number 33. Miles Lewis Kelly, just number 49. Eberechi Eze, just number 10. Christian Norgard, just number 16. Mike Merino, just number 23. And of course, for the three-prong attackers, Noni Madueke, just number 20. Gabriel Jesus, just number 9. And Gabriel Martinelli, just number 11. For Crystal Palace, it's a 3-4-2-1 formation. MA26, Walter Benitez, just number 44. The three main defenders, Mark Aguayi, just number 6. Maxence Lacroix, just number 5. JD Canvot, just number 23. And just in front of them, Tariq Mitchell, just number 3. Adam Watson, just number 20. Jefferson Lemar, just number 8. Chris Richards, just number 26. Jeremy Pino, just number 10. Edin Ketia, just number 9. And the lone striker, Jean-Philippe Mateta, just number 14. On the substitute bench for the Arsenal, we've got David Raya, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Victor Inayokeres, Leandro Trossard, Ethan Nwaneri, Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice, not forgetting Mali Salmon. And for Crystal Palace on the bench, we've got Dean Henderson, Chris Santos Uche, Nathaniel Klein, Will Hills, Roman Esse, Bona Sosa, Caden Rodney, Justin Devaney, not forgetting Joel, Drexel Thomas. And for the Gaffers, Mikel Arteta. For the Arsenal, Oliver Glasner. And for Crystal Palace, well, the man with the whistle is a Stuart and Stephen Atwell. That's the referee for tonight's encounter. You can already make that 3 minutes of football being played right there at North London. This is your Champions Dial, Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. Ultimate football experience, live commentary and analysis of this big one right there in London. Definitely, it's a London derby. It's all to play for. I go by the name Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. Your lead commentator for this sitting encounter right there at the Emirates Stadium. Definitely, for both the teams, they'll be looking at just getting a win and moving to the next stage of this competition, which will be the semi-final. They've got a date against Chelsea. Either way, it's going to be a London derby. Right about now to be a throw into Crystal Palace, deep in the half of the Arsenal from the left-hand side. Yeah, to be a throw-in. I guess it will be long. Camera focuses on Jean-Philippe Mateta, the French forward. Man has definitely been worth more than gold for the Eagles at home and, of course, away from home as well. We shall definitely also put you right to the heart of the action with regards to the game currently ongoing right there in Group C at the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. The Carthage Eagles of Tunisia versus the Cranes of Uganda. 5 minutes on the clock. Goalless right there. I recall Super Eagles of Nigeria victorious over the Taifa Stars of Tanzania in their own opener at the AFCON. 2-1. For Super Eagles, Shemilo Gwaja got the first goal, assisted by Alexander Iwobi. And for Tanzania, Mumbwa got the equalizer, assisted by Miroshi. And the winning goal was scored by Ademola Lookman in the 52nd minute. Victor James Osimhen ran to the back of the net in the 47th minute, but it was disallowed by VAR for offside. And that was how it ended. Super Eagles of Nigeria will next be in action on Saturday when they face the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Be rest assured, we shall put you right to the heart of the action as it's currently ongoing right there in Morocco. It's all about everything. The 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. But right about now, we are focusing right there on the game currently ongoing right there in England. The Arsenal 0, Crystal Palace 0. 5 minutes on the clock. A camera focuses on Eberechi Eze. The last time both teams met in the English Premier League, whereby the Arsenal were victorious 1-0. The lone goal was scored by Eberechi Eze, a former player of Crystal Palace, and now ball in the hands of the Arsenal from the right-hand side. That was meant to go to Noni Madueke, but man was unable to control the ball. It will just roll out of play, and of course now to be a throw into Crystal Palace in their own half from the left-hand side. Man just patiently waiting to throw this one. Talking about Tyrick Mitchell, ball in his hands. Still waiting patiently to find a free man to throw the ball to. Finally he does. Finds Jean-Philippe Mateta. Man is dispossessed. Back to the Arsenal. From the right hand side, Jerin Timber. Now to his teammate. What will man do? Just looking to pass to another player. Now goes back. Still with the Arsenal. Not far from the halfway line. Patiently building. And now to Ricardo Calafiori. Just my 33 man. Moving forward, and now posing a long one into the path of Gabriel Martinelli, not to be met by Gabriel. Well caught by the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace, Walter Benitez. That's the second choice right there. The first choice goalkeeper just on the bench, Dean Anderson. It's a cup game, hence you understand the reason some of these gaffers just always looking at putting their fringe attack or their fringe players. And now Crystal Palace attacking from the left-hand side. That was indeed a beautiful cross coming from Jean-Philippe Mateta. What a strike! Wow, always going high and wide. A man needs to be doing better in that promising position. He was free into space by Jean-Philippe Mateta. Tyrick Mitchell just blasted that one high and wide. That was indeed in a promising position. He had just one man marking him. We're talking about William Saliba. Tyrick Mitchell once again had a whole lot of time, space, and grass to run in. Wanted to go for goal all by himself, but just fired that one into the stands. It will be a goal kick quickly taken by the Arsenal, and now still in their own half. They're looking to beat attack from the back. It's a long one by the defender. They're looking to find on Madueke, but it will roll out of play. Once again, throw into Crystal Palace from the left-hand side in the half of the Arsenal. They're taken by Mitchell. Mitchell finds his teammate. They lose ball possession now to the Arsenal. The Arsenal now looking to just beat attack of their own. Player is brought down. Mikel Merino. The referee blows his whistle. Talking about Stuart Atwell, who was born on the 6th of October 1982. Man is an English referee from Nuneaton, Warwickshire, who currently officiates in the Premier League. Atwell made a prominent debut in 2008 as the youngest person ever to referee in the Premier League, but was demoted from the select group in February 2012, returning to refereeing in the Football League. He returned to the select group in March 2016. Quite interesting for Atwell. And now play resumes. Back to the Arsenal. A former Chelsea goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga, fires a long one. Headed back. And now back to the Arsenal. They've got ball possession. Eberechi Eze. Back to Marcel Lewis Kelly from the left-hand side. Kelly finds Gabriel Martinelli hugging the sidelines. Martinelli back to Lewis Kelly. And now finds Ricardo Calafiori inside the center circle. Calafiori just moving forward now in the half of Crystal Palace to Mikel Merino. Back to the Arsenal. The Arsenal still with the ball. And now with Marcel Lewis Kelly. Kelly looking for a teammate. Goes all the way back. Now finds Calafiori. Calafiori now finds William Saliba. Saliba will just find Christian Norgard. Norgard goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. The Arsenal just looking at just re-strategizing from the back now with Calafiori. Calafiori at a walking pace. Crystal Palace players just moving backwards, trying as much as possible not to just open up needless spaces. Calafiori finds his teammates defensively. And now to the right-hand side. They go back once again. Jerin Timber finds Christian Norgard. Still in their own half. Back to Saliba. Saliba now to Calafiori. Calafiori now to Marcel Lewis Kelly from the left-hand side. Kelly now finds Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli with a long one intended for Mikel Merino, but definitely not a good pass at all coming from Gabriel Martinelli. Now they will lose ball possession. They're looking to build attack once again. Skelly loses it to he loses it to Jean-Philippe Mateta. Mateta nutmegs Calafiori, but was well dispossessed by Lewis Kelly once again. For Crystal Palace, they know that it's always a difficult job facing the Arsenal. In their last 5 meetings, the Arsenal have won 4, drawn 1, and of course lost none. Crystal Palace yet to defeat the Arsenal in their last 5 meetings. The last time that they met in the Premier League, the Arsenal were victorious 1-0. It was on the 26th of October And of course, before then as well, on the 23rd of April 2025, in the Premier League, it was a 2-2 draw by the Arsenal, of course, Crystal Palace. But when they met on the 31st of December 2024 in the Premier League, right there at Selhurst Park, the Arsenal thumped Crystal Palace 5-1. The last time they met in the EFL Cup was on the 18th of December 2024. The Arsenal humbled Crystal Palace 3-2. And of course, recall on the 20th of January 2024, the Arsenal thumped Crystal Palace 5-0. So you can see that for the Arsenal, they have covered themselves in so much glory whenever they face Crystal Palace. In the last 5 games, the Arsenal, they've won 4 and lost just 1. I recall their last match in the Premier League, it was a hard-fought victory over Everton 1-0. A lone goal being scored by Victor Ina from the penalty spot. They also beat Wolves 2-1. They beat Club Brugge in the UCL 3-0. Their only loss coming against Aston Villa at Villa Park 2-1. They beat Brentford in that London derby 2-0. And for Crystal Palace, they are yet to get a win in their last 3 matches. Simply put, in the last 5 matches, 2 wins and of course 2 draws and 1 loss. Their last game, they lost to Leeds United 4-1 on Saturday 20th of December 2025. Before then, in the Conference League, they played at a 2-2 draw versus KUPS. Prior to then, they lost to Crystal Palace, or rather, they lost to Man City 3-0. They beat Shelbourne 3-0. Beat Fulham 2-1. In the League Cup this season so far, the Arsenal, they scored 4 goals. Crystal Palace, they've also scored 4 goals. Coming into this encounter, in all competitions, both teams have met 52 times. The Arsenal win 32, and Crystal Palace winning 5, 15 ending in a draw. So it is safe to say that the Arsenal have had the upper hand whenever both teams face off, be it in the Premier League or even in other cup competitions as well. Still with the Arsenal, Eberechi Eze now finds Skelly. Skelly goes all the way back to Calafiori now to his teammate in Saliba. Saliba now in the half of Crystal Palace, not far from the center circle. Back to Calafiori in the center circle. Calafiori now charging forward to the left hand side. Gabriel Martinelli, what will he do? Man just looking to beat his man for pace. Yes, finally putting a cross, headed out by the Crystal Palace player. To be a corner kick. Lemar doing a lost job defensively for Crystal Palace. That was indeed a beautiful take on. And of course, a run by Gabriel Martinelli. So dangerous from the left-hand side. Make that the first corner of this encounter. Goes to the Arsenal to be taken from the left-hand side. We know that for the Arsenal, they are so dangerous and of course lethal when it comes to corner kicks and of course set pieces. Nicolas Jova, the set piece gaffer, has done a yeoman's job with the London Gunners. Eberechi Eze standing over this one. It will be an in-swinger from the left-hand side. Raises his left hand against his former side. Eberechi Eze whips in a cross. Headed. Martinelli! Inside the penalty box, Martinelli was just looking at passing on that rebound. Struck that one, but was always going away from the goalpost. Once again, a replay of that corner swung in by Eberechi Eze. First headed by Christian Norgard, then nodded back by a Crystal Palace player. Fell beautifully well to Gabriel Martinelli in a promising position. Martinelli should have just done well by burying that one into the back of the net. Struck that one quickly, but was well disturbed by the Crystal Palace player. Hence, he just quickly struck that one, and it will not trouble the goalkeeper at all, Walter Benitez. And now, Palace, they lose possession back to the Arsenal. Jorentimba goes to Saliba. Saliba to Calafiori. Still with Calafiori. The Arsenal just patiently building and not in a haste at all. Calafiori in the half of Palace finds Saliba, the Rolls-Royce defender. Saliba back to Calafiori. Calafiori now to Skelly. Skelly finds Christian Norgard. Back to Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly moves all the way to the center circle and now finds his teammate, Emeke Merino. Merino goes all the way back to the defender. Calafiori to Norgard. Norgard to Martinelli from the left-hand side. One-on-one with his marker. drops a pass to Mas Lewis Kelly. Two men are just hovering around him. He drops the pass to Calafiori. Calafiori now to William Saliba. Saliba goes all the way to the right. Noni Madueke back to Saliba. Crystal Palace are now pushing the Arsenal back to their own half. Yes, still with Saliba. Now to Christian Norgard in the center circle. Back to Calafiori. Calafiori bumping forward from the left-hand side. What will Calafiori do? Still bumping forward. Looking to drop that pass to Ebrechieze, but well read and, of course, intercepted by the Crystal Palace players. Finally, they lose ball possession to Palace. It will be a throw-in to Palace. Camera pans on the gaffer of the Arsenal, Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta, Amatrain. Born on the 26th of March, 1982. Man is a Spanish professional football manager and former player who is the manager of Premier League club, the Arsenal. Arteta began his senior club career at Barcelona in 1999, but limited playing time led to a loan move to PSG. That was in 2001, where he won the UEFA Intertoto Cup. In his second season, Arteta joined Rangers in 2002 for £6 million, and he won the league and, of course, League Cup in his debut season, scoring a 93rd minute penalty on the final day. After a brief return to his hometown club, Real Sociedad, Arteta signed for Everton in 2005 and was named the club's player of the season twice. He joined the Arsenal in 2011 for £10 million and he won 2 FA Cups before retiring in 2016. Arteta represented Spain through several youth levels but never played for the senior national team. Arteta was appointed as an assistant coach to Pep Guardiola at Man City in 2016. He returned at Arsenal in a managerial capacity in 2019 and won the FA Cup in his debut season. Arteta has since gone on to become the Arsenal's 7th longest serving man. He has gone on to become the Arsenal's 7th longest serving manager. Now it will be a throw into the Arsenal from the right hand side. Definitely will be a long one. In recent times in the Premier League, it has been a tale of long throw-ins. Well thrown into the penalty box, headed by Crystal Palace, and now with Ebrechieze, finds Mas Lewis Kelly. Still with Kelly, a long one to the path of Gabriel Jesus. Jesus now to Ebrechieze, 9 to 10, 10 back to 9. Jesus makes his way into the 3-yard box. Skippers 1-2 players. The ball is kicked out by Crystal Palace. Ebrechieze will be looking to control this one. No, headed by Palace player. And now back to Palace. So Palace now attacking. Cheaply, they lose ball possession. Adam Watson was able to get to that one before Ebrechieze. To the goalkeeper. Aizabalaga. Now to Saliba. Saliba to Timber. Timber now finds Noni Madueke hugging the sidelines from the right hand side. Still with Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke skips past 1-2 players. But a referee blows his whistle for a foul. Yes, that was indeed not good coming from Noni Madueke on Yeremi. He just kind of elbowed Yeremi. You can see Oliver Glass now speaking to the 4th official on the touchline right there. Doesn't look good at all. Yeremi just holding his chin. Once again, a replay of that one. Noni Madueke used his elbow to shield himself, and of course the elbow cuts the chin of Yeremi. Yeremi Pino, just about 10 man of Crystal Palace. Definitely a foul by Noni Madueke on Yeremi Pino. Jeremy is back on his feet. Noni Madueke is still speaking with the referee Stuart Atwell. Definitely that's a foul. Did not go well with Stuart Atwell. That was indeed a poor control coming from the Crystal Palace player right there. Just allow ball to roll out of play to be a throw into the Arsenal. Mas Lewis Kelly taking this one from the left hand side. Still waiting to be thrown. 19 minutes on the clock. The Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. Ultimate Football Express right in your Champions dial. Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. And of course, taking you all the way to Morocco. The Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, they have gotten their noses in front. They got a goal in the 10th minute. Kotsi Skiri. It's currently 19 minutes on the clock right there in Morocco. Tunisia 1, Uganda nil. That is the group that also houses Super Eagles of Nigeria. Hannibal Mejbri delivers a well-placed crosser from the corner. Elias Skiri of Tunisia wins the ball and of course powers an unstoppable header off the left post. The score now reads 1-0 in favor of the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Right here at London. Still the Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. 20 minutes on the clock right there. This is the voice of yours truly, Donald Senna, a.k.a. Donaldo, the big game player. Now, Timber loses the ball. Jean-Philippe Mateta, one-on-one with Saliba. Wow, beautiful defense being done by the Rose-West defender, William Saliba. Now the Arsenal looking to counter-attack. Eberechi Eze from the left-hand side. Eze moving. And now moves into the half space. A long diagonal pass towards the path of Noni Madueke. But that was too heavy, too long to be met by Noni Madueke. Definitely will be a throw into Crystal Palace to be taken by Michel from the left-hand side. Jean-Philippe Mateta knows that was indeed a big chance gone bare again. It was a swift counter-attack. A one-on-one against William Saliba. Saliba did the lost job defensively. Jean-Philippe Mateta, a striker worth more than gold for the side being tutored by Oliver Glasner. And now still with the Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus now finds Gabriel Martinelli. Noni Madueke, who one-on-one with the goalkeeper, just tucked down one. Timely intervention coming from Walter Benitez. That should have been the first goal of this encounter. Just my 20-man and former Chelsea player, Noni Madueke, once again, a replay of that one. Beautiful 1-2 from Eze to Gabriel Jesus, then to Gabriel Martinelli. Yes, it was a tale of 11, 10, 9, then to number 20. Wow, big chance gone begging by Noni Madueke. A fine save by Walter Benitez. He was at the right place at the right time, alive to his duties and indeed responsibilities. It's been a tale of the Arsenal. They have been all over Crystal Palace like rashes. Crystal Palace here to assert their dominance and of course their presence in this encounter. Camera focuses on the goalkeeper. Walter Benitez. What a save that was. What a save that was. Against Noni Madueke. Walter Benitez, an Argentinian, 32 years of age. He has made 2 saves in this encounter. 1 accurate pass so far. 2 recoveries, 2 throws. He's got a player rating of 6.3. So far, so good in this encounter. It will be a free kick to Crystal Palace to be taken from right-hand side. Jerry Canvot. Jerry Canvot looking to take this one not far from the halfway line. Strikes it. Not to be met by Jean-Philippe Mateta. Headed back by Saliba. And now to Gabriel Martinelli. And Martinelli looking to find his teammate. Now Eberechi Eze. Now bumping forward. Eze to Gabriel Jesus from the left-hand side. Jesus with his marker, Chris Richards. Pulls in across. Headed out by Maguire. Gabriel Martinelli still in the box of Crystal Palace. A ball still in the air. It's brought down. Gabriel Jesus. Jesus now to Martinelli. Now finds Lewis Skelly. Skelly moves into the half spaces. And now finds Calafiori. Comes to join the attackers. Now with Jurgen Timber. Timber goes to the right. Noni Madueke from right hand side. Looking to twist and turn. Goes all the way back to Jurgen Timber. Timber now with the ball. Timber with a long one to Saliba. Saliba now to Calafiori in the center circle. Calafiori scanning. Now to Skelly. Skelly to Martinelli from the left hand side. One-on-one with his marker, Jerry Canvot. Goes all the way back to Skelly. Skelly, not scared. Now to Calafiori. Calafiori to Saliba. Saliba back to Calafiori in the center circle. Palace just stylishly pushing back the Arsenal. Now with Eberechi Eze, former Crystal Palace player. Eze to Jesus. Jesus to Skelly. Skelly now to Gabriel Martinelli from the left-hand side, hugging the sidelines. One-on-one with a Canvot. Yeah, cut in into the half space. Pulls in across. Headed. Absolutely. Finding the bottom. Let's go. Now what's a save by Walter Benitez. That was indeed a fantastic header coming from Gabriel Jesus. Fantastic delivery by Gabriel Martinelli. Move past his man, Jerry Canvot. Pulled in across. And of course, headed by Gabriel Jesus. Jesus was inside the penalty box looking for the bottom left corner. Walter Benitez with a save. What a save. The Arsenal coming closer ever than before. Now Martinelli. Yes, just out of paces. Jerry Canvot. Now the Arsenal lose possession. Mateta dispossessed by Christian Norgard. Still with Norgard. And now to Skelly. Skelly just adding body to the attack. Now with the Rolls-Royce defender, Saliba. Saliba patiently to Calafiori in the center circle. And now Arsenal camping in the half of Crystal Palace. Norgard to the left hand side. Gabriel Martinelli. And Martinelli one-on-one with his marker. Talk about Jerry Canvot. Wow. Long pass by Skelly, intercepted by Richards. Long one by Richard, now to Mateta. Mateta now attacking. Loses ball possession to Calafiori. A beautiful job being done by the Arsenal. Taking charge of all departments and, of course, position in this encounter. Starving Crystal Palace of all the ball. 25 minutes on the clock. The Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. I'm loving this. Christian Norgard in the center circle. Norgard Saliba. Saliba now to Noni Madueke. Madueke back to Saliba. To Calafiori for the Arsenal. They are unbeaten in the last 8 head-to-heads. Winning 7, drawing 1, which includes a 3-2 Carabao Cup quarter-final home win. That was last season. The Arsenal, they've got the numbers of Crystal Palace. And now still with the Arsenal. Mikel Merino dispossesses of the ball. Jordan Timber still with the ball. Jordan Timber loses it. Will he get it back? He does. What would the referee say? Play on. It was gotten back neatly against the Crystal Palace player right there. The Arsenal player, Dinketia. The Arsenal still knocking. Still asking all of the questions. Mikel Merino. Man is brought down by 2 Eagles. Referee says to play on. No, that the player got the ball. Play on. Eberechi Eze. Norgard asking for the ball. Eze refuses to give him. Finally, he does. Now Norgard, just about 16 man. Norgard with a long one. Looking to find on the Madueke, but to no player in particular. Booted out by the Palace player. Edin Ketia looking to just go for that one, but no. Now to Eze. Number 10, now to number 11. Gabriel Martinelli from the left-hand side. Now with Jerry Canvot. Beat him into the penalty box. Opposing across. Wow. Unable to be met by Gabriel Jesus. It was just an easy tap outside the field of play by the just number 6 man of Crystal Palace, Michael Gueye. It will be yet another corner to the Arsenal. It will be the second one to be taken from the right-hand side. The first one was so dangerous. Gabriel Martinelli has been a thorn in the flesh of the Crystal Palace defense. And for Jerry Canvot, he has been unable to just close down Gabriel Martinelli. Man is so sleek and, of course, dangerous when he's cutting in into those half spaces from the left-hand side. Make that the second corner of this encounter from the right, given to the Arsenal. Camera focuses on Walter Benitez, the Argentinian, who is 32 years old. Noni Madueke looking to take this one. It will be an in-swinger from the left-hand side. Camera focuses on Gabriel Jesus. Just about 9 man for the Arsenal. Yes, it is a swung in by Noni Madueke, headed by Mateta. What a strike coming from Calafiori. Just going high and wide. Calafiori said the penalty box should have done better right there. The corner came in. It was headed by Mateta. Fell to the path of Eberechi Eze, who just dropped that one to Calafiori. You can see, even Ateta knows that, yes, that was a huge disappointment right there. But applause, Ricardo Calafiori. Just number 33 man for the Arsenal. They definitely play will resume. Ricardo Calafiori. Man has got a player rating of 6.9. So far, so good in this encounter. A centre-back from Italy, 23 years of age. Man has attempted 1 shot in this encounter. Accurate passes 34 out of 37. Make that 92%. A long ball being played by the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace. Now back to the Arsenal. Mikel Merino with a long one to be chased by 2 players. Jefferson Lemara and, of course, the Arsenal player. Now back to Palace. Palace still shooting the ball. Man is brought down. Stuart Atwell blows his whistle. That was a foul by Merino on the Palace player. Doesn't look good at all. Man is still down on the turf, just close to the center circle and, of course, halfway line as well. The referee will signal to the medics to come attend to the Palace player. You can already make that half an hour football being played right there at the Emirates Stadium. A look at the statistics right here. Shot on target 3 to the Arsenal, 0 to Crystal Palace. Shot off target 2 to the Arsenal, 1 to Crystal Palace. Block shot 1 to the Arsenal, 0 to Crystal Palace. Ball possession 81% to the Arsenal, 19 to Palace. Corner kicks 2-0, fouls 2-2, throw-ins 4-9, crosses 3-0. Goalkeeper saves 0-3, goal kicks 1-1. Most important stats after half an hour football being played right there at the Emirates Stadium in London. It's the Arsenal 0, Crystal Palace 0. Still ultimate of football experience right on your Champions Dial, Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. With yours truly, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. Once again, we are still covering the game currently ongoing right there in the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Tunisia in Group C currently leading the Cranes of Uganda 1-0. Recall earlier on, DR Congo, they beat Benin Republic 1-0. Benin being led by a former Super Eagles golfer, Genet Raw. Then able to roll to victory. Teranga Lions of Senegal, they sought to victory over Botswana 3-0. Super Eagles of Nigeria, we have victorious over Tanzania 2-1. Finally, Jefferson Lamar is back on his feet. Man is just walking off the field of play, being escorted by the medics. A play will definitely resume. It will be a free kick to Palace close to the center circle. Two men standing by this one, just speaking to themselves. The skipper of the team, Mark Guehi, and of course his teammate as well. Mark Guehi walks away. Camera pans on Oliver Glasner. What a job he has done so far, so good with the Eagles. Oliver Glasner, born on the 28th of August in 1974. Man is an Austrian professional football manager and a former player who is the manager of Premier League club Crystal Palace, a defender by trade. He spent almost all of his professional career with Austrian Bundesliga club SV Raid, winning the Austrian Cup in 1998 and 2011. Following his retirement, Glasner worked as an assistant manager at Red Bull Salzburg before returning to Raid as manager in 2014. He then spent 4 seasons as manager of former club LASK, winning promotion to the Austrian top flight and helping the club finish as runners-up in its final season. From 2019 until 2023, Glasner worked in German Bundesliga at VfL Wolfsburg and Eintracht Frankfurt. With Frankfurt, he won the UEFA Europa League and led them to the Champions League knockout stages and DFB Pokal final. In 2024, Oliver Glasner was named manager of Crystal Palace, where he won the FA Cup, the club's first ever major trophy in its first full season, and qualified them for the Europa Conference League for the first time. What a job being done by Oliver Glasner. Man was born in Schanding, right there in Austria. And now, a Palace attacking. A former the Arsenal player, Edin Ketia, opposing a strike, well blocked by Christian Norgard. And now to the Arsenal, Eberechi Eze, former Palace player. A man looking to skip past Jefferson Lemar. He's brought down by Lemar, just my 8th man. Referee blows his whistle for foul. Lemar doesn't like it at all. Neither does the referee also like the challenge. So far, so good. This game has been clean as a whistle. 32 minutes on the clock. The Arsenal nil, Palace nil. For the Arsenal, they have scored 2+ goals in 8 of their last 9 home games. They have scored after the 70th minute in 5 successive home matches. The away side on the day hasn't failed to score in Palace's last 9 games. 4 of Palace's last 5 away games have featured over 2.5 goals. We often say that goals are the currency of the game. But in this encounter, we are definitely yet to witness a goal. And now the Arsenal attacking. They lose ball possession. They gain it quickly. Gabriel Jesus goes all the way to Christian Norgard. And Norgard with a fine tackle. To Jordan Timber. Timber to Mikel Merino. Merino back to Timber. 12-22. Or rather 23. Now still with Merino. A fine save. But is inside the center circle. Rather inside the penalty box. A ball is kicked out of play. A beautiful defensive job being done by Richards. Chris Richards, the man with the fluffy hair, just now to the 6th man. Once again, a pass from Mikel Merino to Berechi inside the penalty box. Found his teammates right there in Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus was well tackled by Richards. Doesn't look good at all. Jesus is still down on the turf. This is a man that just came back from a lengthy injury. He's back on his feet, although limping. It doesn't look as serious as a first thought. Gives a thumbs up to his teammate. Throwing taken long into the penalty box. Not totally out of danger. Headed by Mateta. It will roll out of play. Now a throw into the Arsenal to be taken by Christian Norgard from the right hand side. Deep in the half of Crystal Palace. You can see the fans right there applauding the display coming from the Gunners. They are loving this. It's a London derby. Although it favors the Arsenal historically. A long throw into the penalty. A long throw into the penalty box. Back to Christian Norgard. Still with the Arsenal. A long cross coming from Jordan Timber. Headed by Chris Richards. It will be a corner once again to the Arsenal. You can see two gaffers, two managers on the touchline, just dishing out instruction to the Arsenal team. Nicolas Jova, the set piece gaffer, and of course, Mikel Arteta. A third corner of this game given to the Arsenal to be taken from the left-hand side. It will be an in-swinger by Eberechi Eze. Swings in the cross. A long one to the far post. Headed by Maguire. Ball rule out of play. Still in the air. Being contested for by all the players right there. And finally, a player goes down. Jefferson Lamar once again is cautioned by the referee. Mars Lewis Kelly is down on the top. Jefferson Lamar, yes, the referee just showing him the three fingers. As if to say, that's your third warning. You do that once again, you'll be booked. The ball was in the air. Mars Lewis Kelly had his gaze on the ball. And Jefferson Lamar just pushed him. Did not go for ball at all. He's lucky not to have been booked by Stuart Atwell, because that was not well from Jefferson Lamar. It will be a free kick to the Arsenal to be taken by Eberechi Eze against his former side. They know him pretty well. All men just at the edge of the box of Crystal Palace. It's a short one by Eberechi Eze to Saliba. Back to Eberechi Eze. Moving forward. Now to the right-hand side. Noni Madueke pulls in a cross. Headed by Gabriel Jesus. The Arsenal fighting for a corner. The referee says no. You can see Jesus absolutely disappointed. Even the gaffer of the team as well, Mikel Arteta, feels that that should have been a corner to the Arsenal. Once again, a replay of that cross that was swung in from the right-hand side by Noni Madueke. Well, looking at it from the replay once again, Jean-Philippe Mateta actually had the last touch of headers to that ball. But then again, referee just signal for a goal kick to be taken by Walter Benitez. All players will now just move into the area. 37 minutes on the clock. The Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. Right then, AFCON. Still Tunisia 1, Uganda nil. 38 minutes on the clock right there as well. A ball headed back by Christian Nogard. Back to Crystal Palace. Maguire from the left-hand side. Not far from the halfway line. Goes all the way back to his central defender. What to Mando. Looking to find just now 23-man JD Convert. Still a Convert. Convert. Goes all the way back to Chris Richards. Richards to Lacroix. Lacroix now goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Walter Benitez. Palace now looking to just re-strategize from the back. Still with the Richards in their own penalty box with Benitez. They are living dangerously. It's a long one by Benitez. He knows that, yes, they were being crowded by the Arsenal, and that could have been so risky and dangerous. The Arsenal now gain ball possession back once again. Skelly. Skelly looking to skip past his man. He does that beautifully well. Still shooting the ball. Still with the Skelly. Fine baller. Doing too much. Finally, it's brought down. Referee blows his whistle for a free kick. Taken quickly to the path of Merino. The referee will blow his whistle for that one to be retaken. Oh, what again we are witnessing right there at the Emirates Stadium. Perhaps you are just stumbling on your listening device. This is your champions of Dal Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience. Live commentary and analysis with yours truly, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. 2 commentaries in a day. Only one radio station can actually bring this to your listening lights. Just moments ago, it was all about to run in the commentary of the Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. And now we have switched to the Carabao Cup. Still, we've got an eye right there in Morocco. Yes, we can bring to your listening like that a goal has now been scored. Tunisia, definitely they have doubled the advantage. Elias Achuri beats the goalkeeper. Make that 2-0. The Carthage Eagles definitely soaring right there in Tunisia. The Cranes, they are currently being taught a footballing lesson right there in Morocco. Tunisia 2, Uganda 0. And for Super Eagles of Nigeria, their next opponent is the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. That will be the battle of the Eagles right there. Carthage Eagles of Tunisia versus Super Eagles of Nigeria. Right now, we are covering the game involving the Gunners and of course the Eagles of Crystal Palace on Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. It will be a corner from the left hand side, and in swinger swung in by Noni Madueke, headed by the Palace player. Palace doing well by just dealing decisively with the corner kicks of the Arsenal. They can be so risky and of course dangerous. A cross into the box by Noni Madueke, and now with Gabriel Martinelli from the edge of the box. A long one, still with the Arsenal. Wow! Kicked out by Adam Watson. Palace just living dangerously. Everything happening in their own half. I'm sure they wouldn't love where the ball is being played. The fans would love to play in this garden as well. 40 minutes on the clock. I cannot pick your calls. 0700 2255 1037. 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 2782 8497. 081 2782 8497. The WhatsApp line for your calls and texts 070 6728 0732. Those are the phone lines by which you can get to be a contributor or a partaker on the broadcast. It is a beautiful evening. You can also still get to backpedal on the talks of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Donado.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying your comment.
Thank you. Welcome to the broadcast. What's the name?
I'm Solomon.
Oh, Solomon, the wise one. Welcome.
Solomon, yes, from Mabala. Well done. Very good talk in advance.
Compliments of the season, my brother.
Yeah. My brother, Arsenal is wearing the Christmas red and white clothes. Anytime they are in their traditional red and white, I can see them winning always. And they are winning for this Christmas. So, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Solomon Adwe from Obada. Just when Solomon was speaking, that was a beautiful display coming from Gabriel Martinelli from the left-hand side. Just did well by turning his marker in, out. Talk about Jerry Canvot. Sat him down, putting a cross into the penalty box, headed by Jurentimba. But Jurentimba was unable to just get that one on target. A fantastic dribble by Gabriel Martinelli. He has done it by just destroying JD Convert this night. Convert has definitely had no answer to all of the questions being posed to him by Gabriel Martinelli. I would not be surprised if Oliver Glasner pulls him out of this encounter. It has been a mismatch. Convert marking Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli has been so lively, explosive, and of course exceptional and indeed exciting from the left-hand side. Always cutting in beautifully well, like hot knife going through butter. Going to the WhatsApp portal. This one says, up Gunners. Real model from Arik Bajo. Thank you very much, my brother. Well, right there, the Africa Cup of Nations. The Tunisians definitely having a field day against the Cranes of Uganda. Ali Abdi plays the ball to the feet of Elias Achuri, who hits a tremendous first-time shot into the top right corner. The goalkeeper was unable to keep it out. So 2-0 for the goalkeeper of Uganda. Man has been beaten twice in this encounter. Absolutely. I'm talking about Magola. He has now been beaten twice. Now ball in the half of the Arsenal. Mars Lewis Kelly kicks that one long and out. It will be a throw into Crystal Palace from right hand side. Let me throw myself to the path of the phone line. Hello, good evening. All right, cool. Thank you very much. I do have to call us back. Zero 0700 2255 1037. 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 2782 8497. 081 2782 8497. It will be a throw into Crystal Palace to be taken by Jefferson Lamoro. A lot of pushing, pulling, of course, thugging by Saliba and Jean-Philippe Mateta. Both are French. They know themselves really well. And now the Arsenal attacking from the right-hand side. Jurgen Timber now to Noni Madueke from right-hand side. Noni Madueke one-on-one with Tariq Mitchell inside the penalty box. Noni Madueke just down 1-2. Jurgen Timber. Timber puts in a cross to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli looking to find Ebrechi Eze. Struck by Mars Lewis Kelly. Blocked by a Palace player. They will kick that one out to be chased by Calafiori now goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Arrizabalaga, who is way out of his penalty box. He will be mistaken for a central defender. Now with Saliba. Saliba with Christian Norgard. Now to Calafiori. Calafiori in the center circle to Miles Lewis Skelly. Skelly in the half of Palace. Plus, so 2 minutes of additional time has now been added. Now, once again, Martinelli skip past his man. Canvot cannot mark Martinelli. And now still with the Arsenal. Saliba. Saliba now finds Jordan Timber. Noni Madueke from right hand side. Madueke with Michel. Still with Madueke. 2 men looking to bring him down. Jeremy Pino and of course Michel. He passes the ball. He goes down. Back on his feet. Saliba. Now to Calafiori. Calafiori. Now in the center of the pitch. Now to Miles Lewis Skelly. Skelly. Back to Christian Norgard. Norgard now finds Jordan Timber from right hand side. The Arsenal just patiently building, wanting to get something in this first half. Still with the Arsenal. Saliba now to Calafiori. Crystal Palace camped in their own half. They don't understand what has hit them. Now to Gabriel Martinelli. 1v1 with Canvot. Yes, once again looking to skip past Canvot. Canvot finally brings down Gabriel Martinelli. Neatly, it will be a throw into the Arsenal. Christian Norgard looking to take this one. Man will clean the ball with a towel. Player still down on the turf. Doesn't look good at all. Still Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli still holding on to his right knee. Doesn't look good at all. Hopefully man is so fine. He has been so exciting and of course tantalizing in this encounter. Among the Arsenal players, he has got the highest player rating so far, so good, 7.3. And of course, it is also the second overall highest in this encounter, just behind the goalkeeper of Crystal Palace, Walter Benitez, who has got a player rating of 8.3. Martinelli, a player rating of 7.2. A left winger, a Brazilian, 24 years of age. He has completed the most dribbles, so 3 in this match. He has also created the most chances, so 5 in this match. Total shots 1. Accurate passes of 14 out of 18. Make that 78%. He has created 5 chances. Gabriel Martinelli. Now already 47 minutes on the clock. Already 47 minutes on the clock. Right there in Morocco, it's already half time. The Fat Lady sings. Tunisia 2, Uganda 0. And of course in other parts of Europe as well, games are also ongoing. Not forgetting right there in Asia as well. Yes, in the AFC Champions League, Al Sadd, they beat Shabab 4-2. Al Ittihad, they beat Nasaf Kashi 1-0. In Turkey Cup Group B, Konyaspor, they beat Antalyaspor 1-0. Still in the Turkey Cup Group C, Konselisspor, they beat Erzurum FK 3-1. Fenerbahce, they lost to Besiktas 1-2. In Portugal, Premier Liga, Vitória de Guimarães 1, or rather 0, Sporting CP 0. 2 minutes on the clock. That game just started. Finally, Gabriel Martinelli is back on his feet. Although man is limping, being seen off the field of play by the medics. We have already exceeded the +2 additional minutes. Any moment from now, Stuart Atwell should blow his whistle for halftime. It will be a throw into the Arsenal to be taken from the left-hand side. Deep in the half of Crystal Palace to be taken by Christian Norgard. Man has definitely mastered the art and craft of long balls. Looks more or less like a corner. Thrown into the penalty box. Well defended and of course booted out by Jean-Philippe Mateta, the French forward, doing the lost job defensively for this Palace side. Now with a Canvot. Canvot looking to attack. Well intercepted by Christian Norgard. It will roll out of play. Throw into Crystal Palace. Finally, the Fat Lady sings. Stuart Stephen Atwell blows his whistle for halftime. For the support sitting encounter right there at North London Emirates Stadium. It's the quarterfinals of the EFL Carabao Cup. The Arsenal 0, Crystal Palace 0. Okay, let's look at the halftime statistics right here. After referee has definitely blown his whistle. Shot on target, a 4 to the Arsenal, nil to Crystal Palace. A shot off target, a 4 to the Arsenal, 2 to Palace. A block shot, a 4 to the Arsenal, nil to Palace. Ball possession, 79% to the Arsenal, 21% to Palace. Corner kicks, a 4-0. Fouls, a 4-6. Throw-ins, a 7-11. Crosses, 8-0. Goalkeeper saves, 0-4. Goal kicks, a 2-4. Most important stats after halftime. The Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. Let me get your halftime thoughts, opinions, and of course contributions as well before we go take a breather. 0700 2255 1037, 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 2782 8497, 081 2782 8497. The WhatsApp line for your calls and texts 070 6728 0732, 070 6728 0732. Yes, you can also still drop your thoughts regarding the game that went down earlier on in the African Cup of Nations, talking about Super Eagles of Nigeria just beating Tanzania 2-1. What do you make of that game? Are you satisfied with the showing of the boys right there? And of course, Tunisia currently leading 2-0 against the Cranes of Uganda. It's all to play for. On Saturday, Super Eagles of Nigeria now be in action against the Cranes, or rather against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Let me get your thoughts as well regarding that Nigerian game. How confident are you in the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Are you so pleased with their display in the first half and of course in the second half as well? What do you make of the performances of the players, especially Victor James Osimhen? Ademola Lookman looks to be enjoying his football once again. He's back to his fluid best, just having fun right there. What do you make of Wilfred Onyendidi, Alex Iwobi, even the goalkeeper as well, talking about Stanley Wambali Bobo, although man was beaten in that encounter. But right about now, it's all about the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. And for me, the highlight of the first half has to be the fact that Gabriel Martinelli has definitely had canvas for dinner, always turning him inside out. Well, chances created most in this match. Gabriel Martinelli 5, Jean-Philippe Mateta 2, Eberechi Eze 1, Miles Lewis Kelly 1, Noni Madueke 1. It's been a half of the Arsenal, of course, Gabriel Martinelli. Oh, what a performance. Just unlucky that the Arsenal are yet to just rat to the back of the net in this encounter. But then again, it's been a fine display from the Gunners. So far, so good. Just dominating all departments. Okay, time check right about now, 9:53, December 23, 2025. Still a tranquil, tantalizing, terrific, truthful, and of course a transformational Tuesday. Right about now, we shall go pay some bills, and when we come back, it will be everything in second 45. Don't even move for muscle. Eagles 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM, most listened to radio station in Ogun State. Go and verify. Here's your champions of fly.
This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM, where the passion burns hotter, the analysis runs deeper, and the champions,
and what a goal!
They don't just play, they fly. Stay connected. We're on TikTok, Eagle 7 FM. On X, formerly Twitter, Eagle 7 FM 1037. On Facebook, Eagle 7 FM 1037. YouTube, Eagle 7 FM. And our website, www.eagle7fm.com. From the locker room to the living room, from Wasimi to the world, we bring you sports like you've never felt it before. Eagle 7 Sports Radio.
Hello, sports fans. It's Lawrence Nwachuku Maxwell, head of station Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. As Christmas approaches, I want to take a moment to thank you for your loyalty and support throughout the year. May this special time of the year bring you joy, happiness, and all your favorite sports moments. Warmest Christmas greetings and a happy New Year. Attack, attack, attack. God bless you.
It's game time. Tune in to Eagle 7 Sports Radio Front 8 Sports Show every weekday from 7 a.m. to noon. Your host, the big game player, bring you the latest sports news, analysis, and entertainment. Plus, don't miss our big interview segment where we chat with the biggest names in sports and beyond. Not just about sports, we are talking society, culture, and everything in between. So start your day off right with the Front Page Breakfast Sports Show. Tune in every weekday, 7 a.m. to noon on Eagle 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM. Tear off your coffee.
This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio Station, live in the heart of Ogun State, Nigeria. We are the station with a difference, the station with a dream, the station with a vision. Our vision will unravel the mystery of sports. Our vision will take your understanding of sports to where it's never been before. Our vision will dissect sports to your understanding and catch your interest and connect you to sports. For up-to-date highlights, just stay tuned to Eagle 7 for music that will get you tapping to the beat and dancing from your seat. Stay hooked to Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM.
Shagway is really an artist these days. He's untouchable in that right flank. Shagway is still going, and it's in the net. It is in the net. Goal number 3. Incredible.
Eagle 7 Sports Radio. The best sports.
It's lights out and away we go. Sebastian Vettel gets a flyer ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He's out too. I don't think he's out. He's done the left hand. Come on, get up.
The best station. The best for you.
Within one.
Eagle 7 Sports Radio. Fly with us.
My name is Chrysalis Yusuf. You listen to Eagle 7 Sport Radio 103.7 FM.
Hi, my name is Mr. Austin Owen Aguavon, Technical Director and Director of Federation. Keep listening to Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM.
Sports.
He's made good progress and scored one.
Music. And lifestyle. So stay with us on Eagle 7 103.7 FM Abeokuta, where champions fly.
We talk sports like no other. Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7, where champions fly.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
tell me more.
Hello, what station are you listening to right now?
What?
This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio. The best sports, the best station.
Yeah! Crank up the radio.
The best for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to be back for the second 45 of this pulsating encounter right there at the Emirates Stadium. It's the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Still no change in the scoreline. So far, so good. The Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. Welcome back, Sports of Fan. Still your champions of Dal Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience, live commentary and analysis with your lead commentator, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. Now both teams have switched positions. The Arsenal are playing from the left to the right hand side of the screen, and for Crystal Palace playing from right to left. Well, double substitutions have been made right there for Crystal Palace. Yes, Oliver Glasner has made the 2 substitutions, but first and foremost, it must be noted that they are yet to change their jerseys, obviously. The Arsenal donning their traditional home colors, red shirts, white shorts, and red socks as well. Looking all Santa, looking all Christmas. It's 2 days to Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance, sports fans. And for Crystal Palace, it's an Eagle gold shirt, shorts, and socks as well. Finally, the substitution will ring in for Crystal Palace. Edin Ketia, former the Arsenal player, who was absolutely unproductive in the first half, has been taken out. And of course, Justin Devaney of Northern Ireland has now been introduced. Like I did say in the first half that I won't be surprised if Canvot is taken out of this game, because man has been so poor, to say the least, against Gabriel Martinelli. JD Canvot, just 19 years of age, a French defender, was taught a footballing lesson by Gabriel Martinelli in the first half. And yes, he has already been substituted by Oliver Glasner. And a more experienced defender has now been brought in Nathaniel Klein, who is a 34 years old, a youth for a veteran, an English defender. Those are the 2 substitutions that have been made by Oliver Glasner. For the Arsenal, no substitutions just yet. Once the Gladiators doing battle for the Arsenal. Kepa Arrizabalaga, Jeren Timber, William Saliba, Ricardo Calafiori, Miles Lewis Kelly, Mikel Merino, Christian Norgard, Ibrechi Eze, Noni Madueke, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and for Palace, Walter Benitez, Marc Gueye, Maxence Lacroix, Chris Richards, Tyrick Mitchell, Jefferson Lamar, Adam Watson, Jeremy Pino, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Edin Ketia out of 4, Justin Devaney, and of course JD Canvot out of 4, Nathaniel Klein. And now a Palace attacking from right hand side. It will be a cross into the penalty box, headed by a Palace player, but will not trouble the goalkeeper, Jefferson Lamar. Just my 8th man with that header right there. He knows that he should have done better. Still does so by appreciating the Almighty by doing sign of the cross. A replay of that one. 2 the Arsenal players went in to contest for that one. Mikel Merino and Saliba. Still, Jefferson Lamar got to that one before both of them, but was hugely troubled. The referee blows his whistle for offside. The referee still swats Stephen Atwell. Indeed, with him, all has been going well right there at the Emirates Stadium. But with Crystal Palace, Jefferson Lamar in the center circle. Lamar finds Mateta. Mateta looking to find his teammate. Still with Palace. Adam Watson. Back to Chris Richards. Richards now to Lacroix. Lacroix to Jefferson Lamar from the left-hand side. Lamar goes back to the skipper of the team, Maguire. Maguire now to Adam Watson. Adam Watson just turned his marker. Mikel Merino back to Gueye. Gueye to Jeremy Pino, who loses the ball. But back to Palace. Jean-Philippe Mateta with the ball right about now. One-on-one with the Norgard. Still with Mateta. 2 men looking to bring him down. He passes the ball to his teammate in Tyrick Mitchell, who loses the ball to the Rolls-Royce defender, Saliba, to the goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga, who boots that one out. Now with the Arsenal, Norgard. Norgard to Gabriel Martinelli in the center circle. He loses the ball. Now to Mateta. Mateta still in the center circle. Now finds Jeremy Pino. Pino with a long pass towards the path of Tyrick Mitchell. Not met by Mitchell. Jeren Timber with a lost job. Now Noni Madueke still in their own half, being marked by Maguire. Now they lose the ball. Jeremy Pino pulls in a cross, headed out by Calafiori. And now still with the Arsenal. They lose ball possession. Wow, what was that coming from? Jefferson Lemar. He had the last touch. He was appealing to the referee that should have been a corner. So, Crystal Palace, was that Jefferson Lemar or Maguire? Once again, that was Maguire, the central defender, found himself inside the penalty box of the Arsenal as if he were a striker. He felt that Saliba had the last touch, but referee says no, it will be a goal kick. Arsenal taking shots in their own half. Jordan Timber, the ball struck Tarek Mitchell. It will roll out of play to now be a throw into the Arsenal. Deep in their own half. 15 minutes on the clock. And of course, right then Morocco as well. It's also 50 minutes. Tunisia 2, Uganda 0. We are yet to get a goal in this encounter. Recall that the winner of this game will go on to face Chelsea on the 14th of January 2026. That will be the semi-final first leg. It will go down by 8 p.m. And of course, in the other semi-final first leg, it's the holders, Newcastle United versus Manchester City. It will go down the 13th of January 2026, 8 p.m. as well. It's about everything in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. And for Mikel Arteta, might be looking at just adding to his title cabinet as well. Having won the FA Cup and Community Shield for Crystal Palace. His opposition manager, Oliver Glasner, also won the FA Cup as well. Quite interesting. And Mateta just also pushed Calafiori down to the turf. Referee says to play on. And of course, that should be a corner to Crystal Palace. I dare say they are first of this encounter to be taken from the left-hand side. Will it be an in-swinger or out-swinger? All men now walking majestically into the penalty box of the Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus rallying his boys around. Come on, come on, come on. Kepa Arrizabalaga bouncing inside his own 6-yard box. It will be an in-swinger. Man raises his left hand. Whips in a cross. Wow. Perhaps man was going for goal by himself, looking for an Olympico, but just struck the side net. Maybe he should have done better. Jeremy Pino. Pino should have done better with that corner. Their first corner of this game. And now, goal kick taken shortly. Kepa to Saliba. Saliba now to Timber. Timber to Mikel Merino. Merino now to Eze. Eze to Calafiori. Now the Arsenal building attack from the left. Skelly back to Calafiori. Calafiori still with the ball. Rolls it to the part of Saliba. Saliba now to Timber. A man of timber and caliber. Two men looking to bring him down. Finds Noni Madueke. Beautiful 1-2. Unable to get it back to Madueke. It will roll out of play. Mikel Arteta definitely not a happy man on the touchline. But just dishing out instructions upon instructions. He knows that his team should have been at least a goal up in this encounter. And for Palace, they'll be so lucky that they did not concede in that first half. Because for majority of the game, they were just on the back foot. Just as Uganda are currently on the back foot against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Well, perhaps you are just stumbling on your listening device. This is where champions take flight. Here's where champions fly. Here's where champions soar. Eagles 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience. Live commentary and analysis. It comes to your listening pleasure whenever there's a big game in the Premier League, UEFA Champions League, FIFA World Cup, or even the Africa Cup of Nations. Recall brought to your listening lights. Ultimate football experience, everything. Super Eagles of Nigeria versus Taifa Stars of Tanzania. One station, too hot for the nation. One station, too much for the nation. We are the van of sports, others are the branches. We write the book of sports, others read from it. We lead while others follow. When it comes to sports, to the blind, we are the vision. To the deaf, we are the sound. To the hungry, we are the chef. And to the thirsty, we are the water. We give you a better, a bolder, a bigger, and of course, a more brilliant reason to sell your TV and buy a radio. Now the Arsenal attacking. Mikel Merino, they lose ball possession. Rolls to the goalkeeper. Walter Benitez. Gabriel Jesus is down on the turf. Whenever Jesus is down on the turf, and of course, clutching his knee. It always doesn't look good at all, considering the fact that man just came back from a lengthy injury whereby he tore his anterior cruciate ligament. Wow, that was indeed a reckless challenge by Maxence Lacroix. Both players just had a knee clash. Yes, Lacroix's left knee clashed with the left knee of Gabriel Jesus. Jesus is back on his feet. Now ball in the hands of the goalkeeper of Palace, Walter Benitez. Benitez rolls that one shortly to the path of his teammates. Now they lose ball possession. What was that from Yeremy Pino? His lucky his teammate was able to just recover it quickly. And they lose it quickly once again. Now to the path of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Kepa, Saliba. Saliba at a walking pace. The French defender moving patiently and finds Calafiori, his partner in defense. Now to Skelly from the left-hand side. Skelly skillfully moving forward. Comes back to Calafiori. Calafiori to Saliba. Wow, his marker skips. Talking about Jefferson Lamar. Still with the Arsenal. Looking to find Eberechi. They lose ball possession, but it will still be a throw into the Arsenal. They have been all over this Crystal Palace since the blast of the whistle. The Arsenal looking to make their own substitution. Leandro Trossard being spoken to on the touchline. And now Palace with the rare spell of ball possession. It's a long one towards the path of Jean-Philippe Mateta. He goes down. The referee will not care. No one touch him. Saliba. And now to Jesus. Jesus to Madueke from right hand side. Madueke, two men looking to bring him down. One eagle on two. Rather, two eagles on one gunner. Wow, that was a cross into the penalty box. Eberechi Eze. And now to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus unable to go past the two eagles. And now Mateta. One-on-one with Calafiori. Passes to his teammates. Still with Palace. Wow. Skip past the two men right there. Neatly went past his former teammate in Eberechi Eze. Now with Mateta. In the half of the Arsenal. Now in the center circle. Still with the Palace. Marco Guehi, the skipper of the team. Now bumping forward. Now camping the Arsenal in their own half. Tariq Mitchell. Back to Guehi. Number 3 to number 6. And now to number 8. Jefferson Lemar. Lemar back to Mark Guehi. Just number 6. The skipper. Wow. The Arsenal attacking intentionally and of course defending intentionally as well. Now to right hand side. Still with Palace. And now with Chris Richards. Richards to number 5. Maxence Lacroix. Leaves it for number 6, Marco Guehi. The Arsenal slowly and of course stylishly just pushing back Crystal Palace. Still with Palace, Mateta. 1-2 with Adam Watson. Watson! Wow! What a strike from Adam Watson. Looking for the bottom right corner. Looking to beat Kepa Arrizabalaga by his near post. A beautiful teamwork. And of course a team display coming from Crystal Palace, the Eagles. This has to be like the first meaningful and of course a productive thing they've done in this encounter since the blast of the whistle. That was almost destined for the back of the net. Adam Watson. Once again a replay of that beautiful control by Eberechi Eze inside the penalty box. He was claiming that the ball struck the hands of the Crystal Palace defender Justin Devaney, but then again his hand was in a natural position. Rather, Nathaniel Klein. Finally, the substitution will be made. Gabriel Martinelli has now been taken out. Leandro Trossard has now been introduced. What a game Martinelli had. Completed the most dribbles of 3 in this match. Also created the most chances of 5 in this match. And now Leandro Trossard has now been introduced for the Arsenal. Finally, they make their own first substitution. Leandro Trossard, the Red Devil from Belgium, 31 years of age. Born on the 4th of December 1994. Might be looking at just helping his team get a wonderful win in this encounter. Right there in Morocco. Still Tunisia 2, Uganda 0. 59 minutes on the clock. A Palace now attacking from right hand side. A long one towards the path of the player. A pulls it across. Headed by Christian Norgard. Marco Guehi, 90 penalty box. How is man able to just always sprint from defense to inside the box of the Arsenal? Still with Maguire. Whips in a cross. Headed poorly by the player. And of course, Calafiori had the last touch inside the penalty box. And make that an half-warming play right there already at North London. A look at the statistics. Shots on target of 4 to the Arsenal, 0 to Crystal Palace. Shots off target of 4 to the Arsenal, 2 to Palace. Block shots of 4-0. Ball possession 79-21. Corner kicks of 4-0. Fouls of 4-6. Throw-ins 7-11. Crosses 8-0. Goalkeeper saves 0-4. Goal kicks of 2-4. It will be a throw-in to Crystal Palace. A dip in the half of the Arsenal. It's a long one. Man cleans the ball with his jersey. Wow. Throws it so long into the penalty box. Wow, what was that? He threw it so long into the penalty box, it just evaded all players. It bounced once, almost went to pass. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Kepa caught that one just on the line, inside the net. Now Arsenal attacking. Noni Madueke from right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4 Eagles on one gunner. Will he gun them down? He plays the ball, and of course it hits Jeremy Pino. Rolls out of play to be a throw-in. Camera focuses once again on Oliver Glasner. In 2006, Glasner completed his coaching qualification at the University of Hagen. He was offered an assistant coach role at a Raid in 2012. Man has done by just rising through the ranks. A long throw being taken by Christian Norgard. It's been a tale of long throws in this game. Norgard for the Arsenal. And of course, Crystal Palace, they've got theirs as well. Still with Norgard, one-on-one with his marker, passes to Saliba, back to Norgard. Whips in a cross from the right, headed by Palace. Richard heads it out. Now to Calafiori. Eberechi Eze. Eze, now to Trossard, the Belgian. Trossard. Calafiori. Saliba in the center circle. Saliba. And now to Noni Madueke from the right. Noni Madueke with Tariq Mitchell. Skip past his man. Caught into the half space. He's looking for that 1-2 with Mikel Merino. But it was a well disturbed and of course a blocked by the Palace defenders. Palace looking to just counter-attack. Once again, they are stopping their tracks. It will be a free kick to Palace. The Arsenal not giving Crystal Palace any breathing space at all. And for Palace, despite the fact that they seldom get respect of ball possession, they are still doing the lost job defensively. The longer the game drags on, the more they grow in confidence that they can get something meaningful, productive, and of course, fruitful and indeed beautiful out of this encounter. It will be a huge shocker for Palace to pull the chestnut out of the fire right at the Emirates Stadium, considering the fact that historically, this fixture favors the Arsenal. In their last 5 games, the Arsenal have won 4, drawn 1, lost none. For Palace, they know that this is a huge mountain to climb, defeating the table toppers in the Premier League and of course in the Champions League as well. But then against football, impossible is nothing. Wow, Richards loses the ball. And of course, Martinelli, or rather Trossard also loses the ball. Man was dilly-dallying, thinking too much of what to do with the ball. Finally, the Arsenal reclaim ball possession once again. They are so stingy with the ball. They don't want to lose it at all to Palace. And for Palace, they keep chasing bodies. They keep chasing shadows. While the Arsenal control the tempo and of course the pace of the game. Christian Norgard now to Eberechi from the left-hand side. Eberechi twist and turn. Beautifully well past his man. Looks like training routine. Trossard. Skelly. Back to Trossard. Whips in a cross. Noni Madueke with the last touch. What would the referee say? Yes, a goal kick. Absolutely spot on. Once again, Marco Gueye leading by example. During the summer transfer window, there were talks that man was going to leave the side. He was heavily linked with a move away from Selhurst Park to Liverpool. At the end of the day, the gaffer of the team, Oliver Glasner, felt that as long as they don't have a replacement for him, they won't sell him yet. Now, the Arsenal will be looking at making their second substitution. Starboy Bukayo Ayoyinka Temidayo Saka is jogging. waiting to be introduced in this encounter. The Arsenal know that this game is definitely far from over. They need to unlock something in this encounter. Hence, they are bringing in their first team players and, of course, their qualitative players as well. Arsenal attacking. Noni Madueke lifts it up for Eberechi Eze. Eze lifts it up for Palace. Beautiful backing pass by the player, but loses it cheaply to the Arsenal. Trossard, who was brought in for Martinelli. Now Eberechi to Norgard in the center circle. Roams to the right-hand side. Saliba goes all the way back to Calafiori. Calafiori now in the center circle finds Marsley with Skelly. Skelly now to Eberechi Eze, the king. Moving forward. Now to the man who was brought in, Trossard. Trossard is knocked down. Referee blows his whistle. Stuart, Stephen Atwell. Interestingly, 65 minutes on the clock. Atwell still yet to dish out a card. And of course, right there in Morocco, they have just rattled to the back of the net. The credit goes to Elias Achuri of Tunisia. It's a goal. The ball lands in the back of the net. Tunisia 3, Uganda 0. With that scoreline currently, they now top Group C. What a big-time rush. It will be double substitution for the Arsenal. Yes, Eberechi Eze has seen enough. The last time both the team met, it was Eberechi's long goal that separated them. And of course, gave the Arsenal up maximum 3 points in the Premier League. 1-0. Right about now, he will not get on the score sheet. Eberechi Eze and of course Noni Madueke have now been substituted, number 10 and 20 respectively. Captain Fantastic Martin Odegaard reclaims the captain armband, and of course Noni Madueke also out. And Bukayo Ayoyinka Timida Yosaka, they have now been thrown in. Just number 7 and of course 8 men respectively. Eze out, Odegaard in, Madueke out, Saka in. It will be a free kick to the Arsenal, and quickly, straight into the thick of things, Martin Odegaard will take this free kick from the left-hand side, not far from the penalty box of Crystal Palace. Definitely to be a delivery. Arsenal player making that run that they often make when they want to take a corner. Headed by Palace player, still with the Arsenal, Skelly. Skelly now to Saliba, now to Captain Fantastic Martin Odegaard. Odegaard now to Trossard. Trossard to Norgard. Norgard to Odegaard. Skelly. Back to Trossard. Nakala Fury. Beautiful one to inside the penalty box from the left hand side. Whips it across. A block by Mateta. The striker doing the defensive duties. It will be a corner to the Arsenal. And now the Arsenal piling all of the pressure and of course asking all of the questions. Well, back to Morocco. Elias Achuri was in the right place at the right time to get to the rebound inside the box and gleefully rifles the ball into the right side of the goal. Megator 3-0. Yes, Achuri has now gotten a brace. And now joint top scorer of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations alongside the Teranga Lion from Senegal, Nicolas Jackson. Or in French, you call him Nicolas Jackson. He got a brace for the Teranga Lions earlier today, whereby they were also victorious. So 3-0. And now a corner to the Arsenal. It will be an in-swinger from the left-hand side. It's whipped in. Parried away by the goalkeeper, Benitez. That was a fine corner by Trossard. And now Odegaard. Still looking for a cross from the left. Now goes to Marsley with Skelly. Skelly back to his keeper. Odegaard whips in the cross. Headed. Wow. Almost looking for the bottom right corner, Gabriel Jesus. Yes, you can see Mikel Arteta and of course Nicolas Jova applauding the team's play. Both gaffers are on the touchline, just dishing out instructions. That was indeed a beautiful cross from number 8. You can't hate it. Headed by number 9. 8 and 9. Gabriel Jesus. He was well troubled by Richards, the defender of Palace. The Arsenal definitely not leaving any stone unturned in this encounter. Now, when you look at the standings in Group C, at the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, for Tunisia, they are on top of the log due to a superior goal difference. They've got 3 points currently. Super Eagles of Nigeria, 3 points as well. Tanzania, 0 points. Uganda, 0 points. I dare say that the game involving Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, Taifa Stars, or rather Carthage Eagles of Tunisia will be the creme de la creme of Group C. There will be a clash of two teams who won their first game. And of course, whoever goes on to win that game, I feel, will top the table at the end of the day. Currently, play has been altered. Play has been paused right there at the Emirates Stadium. A player is down on the turf, being attended to by the medics. Talking about Chris Richards. Jersey number 26 man. Camera pans on. Oliver Glasner just having a conversation with his assistant. Well, doesn't look good at all. We can definitely see blood on the foot of Chris Richards. His right foot. Man is groaning in pain. Yes, I don't think he can continue. Holding. The man is definitely groaning in pain. Doesn't look good at all. Man has got blood on his right leg. And the player is already getting dressed up to be introduced in this encounter. You can visibly see the pain on his face. Lots of job being done by the medics. Applying first aid. Yeah, finally, the stretcher will come onto the field of play. Man will be stretchered off. Doesn't look good at all for Chris Richards. Man has indeed been so lively for a Palace this encounter. He has got a player rating of 7.1. He's a centre back, 25 years of age. He's from United States. Accurate passes of 14 out of 19, making that 74%. Accurate long balls 1 out of 2, 50%. He has made 10 clearances, 6 headed clearance, 4 recoveries, 2 interceptions. He has won 2 area duels out of 3, which is 67%. He won ground duel 1. He won 1 ground duel out of 3, which is 33%. So painful to see man in this situation. He's deeply hurt and of course feeling so much of pain. Chris Richards, definitely we are wishing him soonest recovery. I don't think he'll be able to walk out of the field of play. Definitely will be stretched off. You can see his teammates just all standing around him, from Jefferson Lamar to Jean-Philippe Mateta to Lacroix, and of course the skipper of the team, Marco Guehi. Yes, that substitution will come most definitely. Oliver Glasner speaking with the 4th official. Glasner still saying that, yo, look, he was stamped upon by a player. Still being attended to. Yeah, it's actually a brief pause in play as Richards goes down with an injury to his left leg. There's a stretcher being prepared, with the Palace defenders' evening seemingly coming to an abrupt ending. Finally, he'll be strapped on this stretcher and be stretchered off this game. He's also being covered with something that looks like a banner. Not good scenes at all. Kudos and of course a job well done to the medics. This will definitely be a big blow. Yes, it will be a big blow and of course a major loss to the Palace defense. And I'm sure the man who will be brought in will be looking at just continue from where Richards left off. And finally, he's stretched off the field of play. A replay of what happened. Doesn't look so clear. I guess he actually landed awkwardly. Yes, he landed awkwardly. Wanted to just go for a contender or an area duel. How on earth blood filled his right foot still beats my imagination. Definitely we are wishing him soonest recovery. That substitution will ring in. It comes in. Richards obviously cannot continue. Someone else will continue in his stead. We await confirmation of the substitution. 75 minutes on the clock right there. The Arsenal nil, Crystal Palace nil. EFL Cup quarterfinals, right there at the Emirates Stadium. Yes, Hughes will replace Chris Richards. Will Hughes, an English international, 30 years old, born on the 17th of April 1995, comes in to replace Chris Hughes. As soon as play resumed, it was a quick counter-attack by the Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus to find himself inside the penalty box. Struck that one. Always going high and wide. Jesus has been so lively in this encounter tonight. Definitely, when he was out injured, a big loss to the Arsenal. But for Mikel Merino, he did well by debutizing really well for Gabriel Jesus. Not an outer striker, but he still did well by covering himself in small glory. And for Mikel Merino, he has scored a header on his last of 5 scoring appearances for the club, with 4 of those headed strikes arriving after half-time. And now Palace attacking from the left-hand side. Tyrick Mitchell. Mitchell goes all the way back to the man who had just been brought in. Talking about Hughes. And now to Jefferson Lamar from the right-hand side. Lamar goes all the way back to Lacroix. Lacroix to a teammate. And now to Hughes, the English international, who has just been brought in. Twist and turn, looking to go past Bukayo Saka. He's brought down. Grabs the ball. Hughes, just a 19 man, having his own taste and of course a bite of the cake. Tunisia still having a field day against the Cranes of Uganda. Free kick taken shortly and of course quickly. Lacroix, and now to Jefferson Lamar. Lamar's now gone to the right hand side. There's been a positional switch defensively, obviously due to that forced substitution of Chris Richards. Ball in the air, headed by Mikel Merino. Looking to find Gabriel Jesus. Well defended by the player of Palace. Gives is brought down. Now, Palace attacking. Merino now to Mateta inside penalty box. Wow, what a timely intervention by Gabriel. Rather, William Saliba, the Rose-West defender, definitely knows Mateta. They are both of French. It was a 50-50 challenge. The passer from Mikel Merino, rather from Jeremy Pino to the path of Mateta. And for Saliba, he had the first touch to that one. It will be a corner to Crystal Palace from right hand side. An in-swinger, most definitely. A left-footer. Swings it in. Wow! Seems as if Mateta just defended that one for the Arsenal. Still in the penalty box of Palace. Rather, the Arsenal Hughes. Finally, they get it out of danger. They lose it back to Palace. Palace to the ball. And now to Hughes. Hughes loses it. Norgard. Norgard to the Arsenal player. Arsenal now attacking. Saliba. Now to Captain Fantastic. And now Arsenal attacking. Yes, find this man inside the penalty box. Mikel Merino. Gabriel Jesus! What a strike by Jesus. Fantastic save by Walter Benitez. Once again, Benitez alive to his duty and indeed responsibility. That was a beautiful teamwork of a counter-attack coming from the Arsenal. Wow. Leonard Trossard with a beautiful run. Spotted Mikel Merino. Merino dropped that pass to Gabriel Jesus inside the penalty box from the left-hand side. And of course, Benitez denied Jesus, just like Peter denied Christ. It will be a corner from the left-hand side, rather right-hand side. It will be an in-swinger from Bukayo Saka. 79 minutes on the clock. What will the Arsenal do with this corner? Lemar bouncing inside the penalty box. Saka raises his right hand, brings it down. Whips in a cross. Headed by Calafiori. What was that? Absolutely to the back of the net. Bottom left corner. Finally, the deadlock is broken. The Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 0. It was a goal mouth scramble, but the Arsenal will not care. They won't mind. They celebrate. Your guess is as good as mine. They get their goal via the corner. Bukayo Saka. They celebrate. Hogan, of course, celebrates and indeed jubilates. Once again, a replay of that goal. A corner swung in by Bukayo Saka, an in-swinger. First headed by Calafiori. Then Timber had the second touch. They were unable to clear their line. Talking about the Palace defenders. A whole lot of bodies inside the penalty box, inside the 6-yard box, and of course, on the line, inside the net as well. Mateta unable to clear his line. A replay of that one. Calafiori headed it. It struck the body of Tariq Mitchell. Then Julian Timber had the last touch into the back of the net. The Arsenal won, Crystal Palace nil. 81 minutes on the clock. A late goal being scored by the Arsenal. Finally, they find a way. It will be counted as an own goal to Maxence Lacroix. Just number 5 man of Crystal Palace. Hence, I said earlier, a goal mouth scramble. The Arsenal don't care. They don't mind. What matters most is that they have rattled the back of the net. Finally, we get to our goal. Now Arsenal attacking. Martin Odegaard. Wow, sliding tackle by Jefferson Lamar. Back to the Arsenal. They go all the way back to the defender, Calafiori. Calafiori now to Saliba. Saliba to Norgard. Back to Saliba. Saliba with a long one. Looking to find Bukayo Saka, headed by Maguire. Gueye to his teammate. Gueye loses the ball now to Gabriel Jesus from right-hand side. Jesus, one-on-one. Looking to skip past his man. What will Jesus do? He's being caged by 2 players. Yeah, Tariq Mitchell comes to assist Lacroix. The man who got the own goal. The Arsenal is so contented playing the ball in the half of Palace. And for Palace, they'll be so frustrated. The ball is being played in their own half. Once again, camera focuses on Lacroix. Oh God, that unfortunate own goal. Despite all the job that man has done in this encounter, he has got a player rating of 5.9. We're talking about Maxence Lacroix. He's a French international, 25 years old, a centre-back. Accurate to passes 19 out of 23. That's 83%. Defensive contributions are 10. Touches, 35. Accurate long balls, so 2 out of 4. That's 50%. He has made 2 tackles, 1 recovery. Ground duels 1, 2 out of 2. Aerial duels 1, 1 out of 1. 1 out of 1. Unfortunately, he posts the ball into the back of his own net. Make that 83 minutes on the clock. The Arsenal staring at a win. Palace staring at a defeat. Ball in the half of the Arsenal. Headed by Jordan Timber. And now to the Arsenal. Hughes. Rather Palace. Man is brought down. Gets back on his feet. Talk about Jefferson Lamar. Referee blows his whistle. It will be a free kick to Palace, not far from the center circle. Palace still feel that they can get something positive out of this game. Jeremy Pino standing over this free kick. Man takes a few steps backwards. All men inside the half of the Arsenal. Pino takes it long into the penalty box of the Arsenal, not to be met by any player. That was indeed poor and, of course, a wasteful from Jeremy Pino. It will be a goal kick to the Arsenal to be taken by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Once again, a replay of that Palace's corner. Yes, it was Jean-Philippe Mateta who defended that one for the Arsenal. You can see the expression on the face of Oliver Glasner. Man was indeed animated. Just had his mouth open. Couldn't believe his eyes. Jean-Philippe Mateta was on the line inside the penalty box, or even inside the goalpost of the Arsenal. When he was meant to defend the ball, he failed to defend it. When he was actually on the line in the goalpost of his own team. Finally, substitutions will also still ring in. Jeremy Pino has now been taken out. Chris Santos Uche, the Nigerian international, has now been introduced. And of course, the Arsenal also make their own substitution. Gabriel Jesus out for Declan Rice. It's all about a blockage for the Arsenal. Jesus out for Declan Rice. Obviously, Nigerians will celebrate by eating rice. Celebrating the birth of Jesus in the next 2 days. It's about a Christmas rice for the birth of Jesus. Rice in for Jesus. And now back to Palace. They lose the ball to the Arsenal. Odegaard, Declan Rice. Rice to Skelly. Skelly with a long one looking to find Leonard Trossard. It was well booted out by Jefferson Lamar. I cannot do it by picking your calls. 86 minutes on the clock. 0700 2255 1037. 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 and 27 82 8497. 081 27 82 84 97. The WhatsApp line for your calls and text 0706728 0732 070 6728 0732. It's a Park Field Stadium right there at the Emirates Stadium. Park Field crowd at the Emirates Stadium. Some fans already making their way out of the stadium. The Emirates Stadium, known as the Arsenal Stadium for UEFA competitions, is a football stadium in Holloway, London, England. It has been the home stadium of the Arsenal Football Club since its completion in 2006. Arsenal's women's team made the stadium their home in 2024. It has a current seated capacity of 60,704, making it one of the largest football stadiums in England by capacity. In 1997, the Arsenal explored the possibility of relocating to a new stadium, having been denied planning permission by Islington Council to expand its home stadium, Highbury. After considering various options, including purchasing Wembley Stadium, the club bought an industrial and waste disposal estate in Ashburton Grove in 2000. A year later, they received the council's approval to build a stadium on the site. Manager Arsene Wenger described this as the biggest decision in Arsenal's history since the board appointed Herbert Chapman in the 1920s. Relocation plans began in 2002, but financial difficulties delayed work until 2004. Emirates was later announced as the main sponsor for the stadium. The entire stadium project was completed in 2006 at a cost of £390 million. The club's former stadium was redeveloped as Highbury Square, an apartment complex. The quality of Arsenal's pitch and groundmanship have been recognized internationally and led it to be nicknamed the Carpet by match-going fans and the wider sports media. Finally, Stuart Atwell will dish out the first yellow card of this encounter. 88 minutes on the clock. The first yellow card is shown in this game. Well, the game has been as clean as a whistle, so far so good. Still yet to get confirmation of the yellow card. Maybe none shown, by the way. And now Arsenal are just looking at closing shop and, of course, throwing the keys into the ocean. It seems as if to them the game is as good as done and dusted. 89 minutes on the clock. It's all to play for. The Arsenal will be marching to the semi-final to face their fiercest London rivals at Chelsea. What a big-time rush from one London derby to another to go down on the 14th of January 2026, 8 p.m. 90 minutes on the clock right there, the Emirates. The Arsenal 1 Palace nil. Now ball in the half of the Arsenal. Headed back to the half of Palace. And now with the Arsenal. Mikel Merino, Captain Fantastic, Martin Odegaard now attacking. Looking to go to the left-hand side now with Declan Rice. Declan Rice with Jefferson Lamar. Skip passes man neatly, but no. Loses the ball to Lamar. Lamar passes to his teammate. Back to Palace. Finally, 9 minutes of additional time. Yes, 9 minutes of additional time. Due to the fact that Chris Richards was treated for a very long time. Yes, finally, the yellow card has now been confirmed. It goes to Kepa Arrizabalaga, the former Chelsea goalkeeper. 9 minutes of additional time. 9 minutes is definitely a long time in the world of football. Palace can get an equalizer. The Arsenal can also get an assurance goal. Right there in Morocco, 90 minutes on the clock. Tunisia 3, Uganda 0. Now Arsenal attacking. Bukayo Saka in his favorite position. Goes all the way back to Saliba. Saliba to Calafiori. Calafiori to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Mikel Merino. Merino to Leandro Trossard. Trossard with a long one towards the path of Jeren Timber. Well blocked by Maguire. Beautiful defensive job by Maguire. Maguire loses the ball to Jeren Timber. Timber inside the 6-yard box, one-on-one with Benitez. Benitez with a fantastic save. What was that coming from? Maguire. He got the ball, then he lost the ball. Just when I applauded him for a beautiful defensive job, he lost the ball cheaply to Jeren Timber. Jeren Timber had an easy tap inside the 6-yard box. Beautiful awareness coming from Walter Benitez. Benitez is definitely one of the reasons, or the major reason, Palace are not down by as much as 2 or more goals in this encounter. No surprises why man has got the highest player rating so far so good in this game. Yes, highest player rating, 8.6. It will be a corner to the Arsenal from the left-hand side. An in-swinger. Wow, headed. Finally cleared by Hughes. Arsenal so dangerous with their corners. That was taken by Declan Rice. And now ball will go all the way back to Kepa Arrizabalaga, who is way out of his line. It's a long one to the left-hand side. Headed by Palace. Jefferson Lamar. Jesse, my 17-man, boots that one away. In the half of the Arsenal. And now Mateta. Mateta looking to find his teammates. The man is definitely dispossessed. Justin Deverny, who was brought in to replace Edin Ketia. It will be a throw into Palace in the half of the Arsenal from the right-hand side. What a job Norgard has done so far so good in this game. Definitely has held his own. All men inside the penalty box. Jean-Philippe Mateta being marked by Saliba. It will be a long throw. Man just breathing heavily. It's a long throw into the penalty box, headed by Mikel Merino. The forward comes to do the work defensively. It is kicked into the penalty box of the Arsenal by a Palace player. Well caught like a baby by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Hello, good evening.
Oh, Donado.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is Sani calling from Wasimi.
Welcome, Sani. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
I beg, how many minutes extra time now?
Well, plus 9 minutes additional time is 93 now.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Sani Raya Wasimi. Right there in Morocco, Uganda have gotten a consolation goal. 5 minutes of additional time. It's a 90 plus 2. Yeah, Dennis Omedi of Uganda gets a shot away from inside the box, and the effort is deflected past the goalkeeper. Make that a Tunisia 3, Uganda 1. Yes, Tunisia unable to keep a clean sheet. Finally, Uganda, they just get a consolation goal in that encounter. Plus 5 minutes of additional time. It's 90 plus 3. Back to Emirates Stadium. It will be a free kick to Palace from the left-hand side. It's a swung in. Headed. Absolutely to the back of the net. Who went in between the legs of Kepa Arrizabalaga. What a beautiful delivery. Headed by Maguire, the skipper of the team. gets the equalizer for Crystal Palace. 94 minutes on the clock. Wow. You can see the fans right there at the Emirates Stadium. They are bouncing their boisterous. So finally they find their voices. Oliver Glasner can celebrate. Glasner is glad. Gueye gleefully puts that one into the back of the net. Mateta celebrates with his teammates. Once again, a replay of that one. It was a free kick from the left-hand side. It was swung in. Well, headed by Gueye. Rather, headed by a Palace player. Then Gueye just had a slight touch. It was an easy tapping in between the legs of Kepa Arrizabalaga. In local Palace, we caught that one inside Kolo. Wow. What a thumping header by Jefferson Lamar. Just my 8th man. You can't hate that. And of course, just my 6th man, Gueye. Just put that one gleefully inside the back of the net. Oliver Glasner celebrates right there at the Emirates. The Arsenal 1, Palace 1. That's why we love football. Never say never to the fat lady sings. It's like biscuit. You never know where to crack. I did say earlier on that 9 minutes is indeed a long time in a game of football. Palace could get the equalizer. Arsenal can get their own cushion goal. But it was Palace who got the equalizer. This one says, thank God though I don't cash out my game before the Arsenal score. I am really happy. Out of 200k, I collected 80k. Happy they lost. No name. Neither did you also include where you are texting me from. Yes, where you are texting me from. Thank you very much. You're supposed to pay tithes. You're supposed to pay tithes. You're supposed to do giveaway to the fans in the spirit of festivity, in the spirit of Christmas. Out of 200 pa, you cash out 80 pa. How much you take stake? I thought I bad pass my brother. 96 minutes on the clock. The Arsenal 1, Palace 1. Earlier I did say that the Arsenal were on their way to facing Chelsea. And now they have been dragged back. They have been dragged back. Tolu is my name from Lafenwa. Gaman say in. Stake the game with 10 pa. Cash out 80 pa. That's a gain of 70 pa. Good business, my brother. Oti Wakpa. Yeah, play resumes. Lacroix with the own goal for the Arsenal. Gueye with the goal for Palace. Chris Santos Uche in his own half loses the ball to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard had the last touch. It rolls out of play. It will be a throw into Palace. Tariq Mitchell to take this one. 97 minutes now on the clock. Right there in Morocco, it's a done and dusted. The fat lady sings. The Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, they have beaten the Cranes of Uganda 3-1. Up next on Saturday, Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Right here on Eagles 7. It's all about the battle of the Eagles. Back to Emirates. Uche is brought down. The referee says nothing. Play on. Still just one player to be booked in this game. Kepa Arrizabalaga, who has been beaten. He takes a long one now into the half of Palace. Booted back by Gueye, but not long at all. To the path of Martin Odegaard. Now Bukayo Saka. Two men looking to bring down Saka. Gueye and of course Michel. Saka pulls in across. Declan Rice chases that one to the left hand side. Still Rice. Rice rising. Now Norgard. Norgard looking to find. Wow, what a cross by Skelly. Beautiful intervention being done by Jefferson Lamar. It will be a corner to the Arsenal. I guess that this will be the last throw of the dice or the last kick of this game. Wow. Jefferson Lamar was at the right place at the right time. Indeed, if that cutting had been successful from Miles Lewis Kelly, we had a whole lot of bodies of the Arsenal just waiting to pass on that one like a prey. It will be a corner from the left-hand side. An in-swinger most definitely. Well, the fans are throwing other balls onto the football pitch. Martin Odegaard kicks that one away. Declan Rice. You can see the Arsenal players in their traditional fashion whenever corners want to be taken. At the far post, it is swung in, headed. Saka and of course Lemar heads that one out. Mateta now defending. Swung in once again by Declan Rice. Headed out. Now still with Saka at the edge of the box. Saka is brought down. They raise their hand for a penalty. No. Now Palace attacking from the left. Oh, what to man do? Long pass was the part of Mateta. Too long to be met by Mateta. Just tap back by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now still with the Arsenal. Man is brought down. Referee blows his whistle. Yes, Mikel Merino was brought down by the Palace players. 100 minutes. 100 minutes. The Arsenal 1, Palace 1. Once again, a replay of that one. Saka was just brought down just at the edge of the penalty box. The Arsenal players were raising their hands for a penalty, but definitely not a penalty. It was just at the edge of the box. Tariq Mitchell has been taken out. I guess this is the last substitution for Oliver Glasner. We shall get confirmation. The player who has been brought in. 100 plus minutes right there at the Emirates. It will be a free kick to the Arsenal. To be taken by Kepa Arrizabalaga, not far from the halfway line. Yeah, Sosa has now been brought in to replace Tariq Mitchell. Sosa in, Mitchell out. It's a long one by Kepa. Headed. Arsenal regain ball possession. Calafiori kicks it into the half of Palace. Still in the air. Aguayi. Palace are doing everything to just clear their line. They don't want the ball to be played in their own half at all. They know how dangerous that can be. Chris Santos Uche brings down Mas Lewis Kelly in the center circle. Referee blows his whistle. Yet to blow full time. 1:01 minutes. Oliver Glasner can't believe his eyes. He's just gesticulating on the touchline while Arteta tells his players to keep attacking. Saka from the right hand side, who whips in a cross. Finally, Declan Rice. Wow! A timely intervention by Walter Benitez. That should have been the last goal right there. You can see Kepa. And of course, all the Arsenal officials on the bench for Mikel Arteta. He had both hands on his head, including Nicolas Jova. Just look at how Palace defenders celebrated that save by the goalkeeper as if it were a goal. Yes, that was indeed worth more than a goal, worth more than gold. Finally, the fat lady sings right there at the Emirates Stadium. Quarterfinals of the EFL Carabao Cup, first leg right there at the Emirates Stadium, done and dusted. Stuart Atwell blows his final whistle. The Arsenal rat to the back of the net, but it was an own goal given to Maxes Lacroix. Makagueyi in extra time got the equalizer for Crystal Palace, and of course that was the game ended right there. Full time, the Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 1. Definitely, we actually await extra time. A crazy game we have in our hands right there at the Emirates Stadium. It's a knockout of fixture, most definitely. A winner must emerge. It's going to be a 30 minutes of extra time. Yeah, both the teams being spoken to by their various managers. Oh, it's a straight to penalties. It's actually straight to two penalties. It's the EFL Carabao Cup. No extra time. Straight to two penalties. Kepa Arrizabalaga versus Walter Benitez. Yeah, before we quickly go into penalties, let me give you the full-time statistics. Shots on target at 7 to the Arsenal, 1 to Palace. 6 shots off target to the Arsenal. Shots off target at 5 to Palace. And of course, block shots at 12 to the Arsenal, 2 to Palace. Ball possession, 68% to the Arsenal, 32 to Palace. Corner kicks 8-2, offside 1-1, fouls 9-12, throw-ins 14-18, yellow card to 1-0, crosses 15-5, goalkeeper saves 0-7, goal kicks 7-8. It's extra time, rather penalties. Yes, it's penalties right there at the Emirates Stadium. This one says, make a Crystal Palace to just win this game. Make the Arsenal fans just shut up. They have not get anything this season. Netflix FC. They have not blown full-time whistle. Their fans are already making noise. Coming from Tolu right there in Lafenwa. Definitely still waiting for penalties right there at the Emirates Stadium involving the Arsenal, of course, Crystal Palace. The first penalty taker will be the skipper of the team, Captain Fantastic, the Norwegian, Martin Odegaard. Odegaard versus Walter Benitez. The skipper of the team are looking to lead by example. Now we place the ball on the 12-yard mark. Camera focuses on Walter Benitez. A man has been so lively in this encounter. Has a player rating of 9.0. 32 years old, Argentina. It's a Norwegian versus an Argentinian. Martin Odegaard stands on the edge of the penalty box. Makes his run. Absolutely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Bottom right corner. Martin Odegaard scores the first penalty for the Arsenal. Walter Benitez beaten. And now Jean-Philippe Mateta will look at taking a penalty for Crystal Palace. Mateta, the French, versus Kepa Arrizabalaga, the Spaniard. From the 12-yard box, Oliver Glasner and the Palace fans definitely have got their hearts in their mouth. Kepa versus Mateta. Mateta takes the walk. Absolutely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Just went straight into center of the goalpost. Kepa dived to the wrong way. The Arsenal one, Crystal Palace one. Both penalties converted. Martin Odegaard and Jean-Philippe Mateta. And now it's the turn of Declan Rice to take the second penalty for the Arsenal. Rice rises. Camera pans on the rest of the Arsenal players in the center circle. And of course the fans as well. Penalty, definitely a game of lottery. Rice positions the Puma ball on the penalty mark inside the 12-yard box. Declan Rice goes back, makes his run. Boom! Into the back of the net. Powerful. And of course, bottom of the middle net. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. 2 penalties converted for the Arsenal. Palace will not take their second penalty. The Arsenal fans who hope man misses this one. And for Palace fans, they hope that he converts. Justin Devaney, just number 55 man. The man who was brought in for Edin Ketia. The Arsenal fans just waving their muffler. Justin Devaney makes his run. Absolutely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Bottom right corner. Kepa dives to the left. 2-2. So far, so good. Fantastic penalties. Perfectly poised. Goes to hug Walter Benitez. Now the third penalty for the Arsenal to be taken by Bukayo Ayoyinka Temidayo Saka, star boy. Saka takes that long walk to the 12-yard box. Collects the ball from the referee. Drops it on the mark. It's a Puma yellow ball with a black and green lines. Camera focuses on Arteta and of course Eberechi Eze. Benitez jogging. Saka still waiting. Makes his run. Saka absolutely fine penalty. Bottom left corner. Urges the fans to raise their voices. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. So far so good. The goalkeepers are yet to just dive the right way. It's been fine and of course some fantastic penalties. Arsenal converts all three. Now Palace looking to take their third. Will Hughes will take the third penalty for Palace. The just 19 man who was brought in second 45 for Chris Richards. Will Hughes makes his run. Absolutely strikes down with his left foot. Kepa Arrizabalaga dives the wrong way. 3-3. It will definitely go down to the wire. Fourth penalty to be taken by the Arsenal. Leandro Trossard. Just number 19 man. The Belgian takes that long walk versus an Argentine. Trossard versus Benitez. Who will be the hero? Who will be the villain? Trossard drops the ball. Looking for that perfect spot. Finally does. Benitez does his jogging inside the goalpost. Trossard steps back, breathes in, breathes out. Takes his run. Trossard. Absolutely roof of the net. Top left corner. Goalkeeper dived the right way for the first time. But that one was hung in the roof of the net. Fine penalty by Trossard. Palace will take their fourth penalty. Who will it be? A man received the ball from the goalkeeper, rather from the referee. Man who was brought in the 90th minute to replace Tariq Mitchell. Bona Sosa. Bona Sosa to take this penalty. Makes his run. Absolutely perfect penalty by Bona Sosa. Bottom right corner sends Kepa the wrong way. These players are taking fantastic penalties. Bona Sosa from Croatia. What a penalty right there. Mikel Merino will take the fifth and final penalty for the Arsenal. If he scores this one and Palace misses, the Arsenal are through to the semi-finals. Mikel Merino for the Arsenal is Spaniard versus an Argentine. Breathes in, breathes out. Exhales, takes his run. Merino! Indeed, a slow penalty, but perfect. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Bottom left corner. Now Palace need to score their fifth penalty as well in order to take this game into sudden death. A man taking that long walk. Will he miss or score? The Arsenal fans will be doing everything to just destabilize him. The Gunners fans are just at the back of the goalpost whereby the penalty is being taken. Fifth and final penalty for Palace. If they don't convert, then we go further. The man Jefferson Lamar, absolutely well beaten. Kepa Arrizabalaga well beaten. Plants that one in the left. Kepa dives to the right. Now we're going to sudden death. Ricardo Calafiori will take the 6th penalty for the Arsenal. What a game we are witnessing. It has definitely gone down the wire. 11-16 right here, Wasimi. December 23. Just number 33. Ricardo Calafiori. Calafiori absolutely sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. With the way these players are going, doesn't look like anyone will miss it tonight. It's a sudden death. It's now or never. Who will take the 6th penalty for Palace? A man takes that long walk. He positions the ball. Some Palace fans can't even watch this anymore. They can't watch this anymore. It has now become hypertensive for them. Absolutely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Adam Watson was not found wanting. Goalkeeper dives to the right. He sends that one to the left. Miles Lewis Kelly will take the 7th penalty. Rather, Jonin Timber. Yeah, Jonin Timber will take the penalty for the Arsenal. The 7th penalty. Jonin Timber. To take the 7th penalty. This is Eagle 7. It's sudden death. Timber, focused. Askula Sekukumba, wow, strikes down one. Roof of the net. Top right corner. Goalkeeper dived the right way. But that was too fast and of course so pacey. And indeed hot from Jorin Timber. Chris Santos Uche, the Nigerian international, will take the 7th one on the day Super Eagles of Nigeria won against the Taifa Stars of Tanzania 2-1. Will he be the chosen one or the rejected one? Chris Santos Uche, only time we tell. The fans have got their hearts in their mouth. Hearts are beating. Hearts are palpitation. Glasner cannot watch. Uche takes that run. Absolutely buries it. Bottom left corner. Makes the shush. Gesticulation to the fans. Kepa Arrizabalaga always diving the wrong way. Yet to dive the right way. Of all penalties are taken in this encounter. The 8th one will be taken by the Rolls-Royce defender, William Saliba. Hope he's got the timber and caliber. William Saliba, the French versus Argentina. Argentina denied France the World Cup in 2022. Will it be denied? No! Bottom right corner, William Saliba, perfect penalty. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. The technical bench applaud William Saliba. And 99th penalty to be taken by Palace. The man who got the own goal, Maxence Lacroix, the French international. Yeah, just after another French converted the 8th penalty for the Arsenal. Saliba, now Lacroix. Time for him to redeem himself. Camera pans on the rest of the Palace players in the center circle. Lacroix! Once again! Lacroix misses. What a net for Lacroix. It's a signed, sealed and delivered. It's a done and dusted. Yes, a full time. The Arsenal won, Palace won. Went into penalties. Arsenal won that one 9-8. Lacroix Maxen, the French international who got an own goal, misses his own penalty. Bottom right corner. Goalkeeper dived the right way. Saved by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Arrizabalaga will now face his former side Chelsea in the semi-final of the EFL Carabao Cup. Chelsea on the 14th of January 2026 Oh, come on, you Gunners. It's a done and dusted. Arsenal win 8-7 on penalties. The Arsenal are heading and, of course, marching to semi-final. What a night for McRoy. Magzen.
1998. We are Arsenal. Where we born. We love Arsenal. Oh yes. We are.
And of course, well done by Crystal Palace as well. Better luck next time. Penalties definitely a game of lottery. It's a favor to whoever the gods want it to favor. Time check right about now, 11:21, December 23, 2025. A very big thank you to the sport fans out there for always keeping your dial locked on to this unique frequency. God bless you abundantly. I remain yours in sports, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. Join me bright and early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for Front Page Breakfast Sport Show. We shall take a retrospective look at everything that went down tonight and so much more as well. Do out for yourself a beautiful night's rest and of course sweet dreams. God bless you abundantly.